What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So the Dogecoin to $1 conversation is back, right? A lot of people will say, hey, Dogecoin is dead or it was dead. And now that they see this new life from Twitter and Elon and all of that, it's making people think that it's gonna push the market up again, which it's looking like it's doing it, right? Because everything that has happened was based off of this new information, this new news that is coming out. So I wanted to get into that conversation of Dogecoin to $1 again, because I got to get back into it, because that's where a lot of people's heads are. You're getting questions on like, do you think it's going to hit $1? Because it's running really, really fast. And if I get questions, I try and answer those questions. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm not saying that it physically will get to $1, but we can go ahead and talk about that in the video. Anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that link is down below, but you can also type it in, at Perry8K. Go ahead, type it in the search bar and you'll get me. Make sure you get the right one, because there's people that have 3 R's. There's only 2 R's in my name. So make sure you have 2 R's. And it's at Perry8K, not at Perry8K5 or 85K or 81 or anything like that. It's what I just said. Or click the link down in the description and you'll get that. Anyways, let's talk about Dogecoin. We've been talking about Dogecoin probably for the last 3 days. And the reason why is because it's been moving, right? It's been moving a hell of a lot. People are excited about it, going from a low point to a high point, which we will show you. It looks similar to what has happened in the past. And I said this yesterday, but let's look at the entire market, because I think Dogecoin is kind of contributing in a large way to this entire market, not just by their market cap, but, kind of contributing to other people's investments. You're looking at Dogecoin, you're like, oh, things are going to run. The last time it ran. So let me invest into Ethereum, let me invest into Bitcoin and all of that. Now, we're not seeing a ton of movement here, especially today. We're starting to see maybe a little bit of a retracement in some things, but you can see it's at a $1.02 trillion market cap. The last time Dogecoin ran, right, everything else really started to run as well. It's like people were gaining from Dogecoin and putting it into other plays as they were taking their profit out of Dogecoin, which is a smart thing to do. And you typically see that when something is moving a heavy amount, people will reinvest that money elsewhere at whatever lows they can find. Because if, let's say you do make $100,000 from Dogecoin, well, now you can take, $10,000 of that and put it into Ethereum that hasn't moved yet. Right? Ethereum's down 2%, and we can see this grow up to $2,000, gain $400 per Ethereum that you buy. You're going to be happy with that gain as well, right? So, anyways, if we scroll down here, we're going to see some things that are moving, some things that aren't. Ethereum's down, Bitcoin's down, but you're going to see here that 8th on the list, Dogecoin is up 22% at about 12 cents, 12.6 cents. You see in the last 7 days, this is up 113%. Which is amazing, and it looks similar to what we have seen in the past. So let's go into Dogecoin really quick and talk about this. We'll get into that conversation, that dollar conversation a little bit later. But here we go. We're at 12 cents, 12.6 cents, up 22% today. We're looking at a $16.7 billion market cap. I saw this the first time that obviously I saw it moving during this run. I saw it at around, I think it was in it was a $9 billion market cap going on $10 billion. So it was definitely moving a little bit during that time. It was ranked like 10th, and now it has jumped 2 spots over Solana and Cardano, which are 2 huge names to jump over. You're also looking at an increase in volume over the last 24 hours, not saying the last day or the last day before that. If you look at this, it's a 200% increase over the last 24 hours. We were already seeing billions of dollars flow through Dogecoin. We're looking at $14.1 billion, almost to the market cap level of volume. That is insane. That is insane movement to see in Dogecoin. $14.1 billion. That is damn near Ethereum-like levels of how much is being invested into Dogecoin into Dogecoin, out of Dogecoin, all that stuff, just all of the volume in general looks freaking fantastic. I wish we would see this with Terra Luna Classic. I wish we would see this with Shiba Inu. I wish we would see this with everything that's out there. $14.1 billion, that is a huge number. And that's an increase over the last day. If we look at historical data, yesterday, the 29th, $12.1 billion that you're looking at, right? You're looking at, $3.1 billion, $2 billion, $1 billion. And you can see how it was, hundreds of millions of dollars, but that is a lot of volume that's flowing through Dogecoin in a matter of like 4 days. So I'm definitely hype about that. That's why a lot of other people are very hype about Dogecoin. If we look at the circulating supply, which is something we have to focus on when it comes to that conversation of can it get to $1, we're at 132 billion. Now, to understand the circulating supply, they do not have a max supply. That's because they can basically 5.2 billion coins are mined every single year. So day by day, week by week, month by month, you're seeing new coins that are being added, meaning that you're slowly diluting the position, which is similar to what you have in like a standard like fiat currency, right? You have inflation, and it has its own, inflation here. It's adding to the supply, decreasing the price slowly. While it was at 100 billion, you were looking at about a 5% dilution every single year. Now you're looking at a lesser percentage, but it still is at 5.2 billion that they're adding on. Now the conversation, can this get to $1, is a long conversation to have, because there's, again, so many variables. While you look at the variables of Shiba Inu, you look at the variables of Lunic, you look at the variables of any other position, you're going to see that you need to understand if there's going to be volume, if there's hype behind it, which we know that there is hype behind it. $14.1 billion worth of volume. We know that there's hype behind it. We know that it can have use cases, and it will have use cases. Right now, I don't believe there's any type of major use case with it, but there's definitely rumors to different use cases that will happen, involving Twitter and Elon Musk and, all of that, which is a big deal. It's a really, really big deal. So can it get to $1 purely off of just hype? Yes, it can. Doesn't mean that it will. That will be a $132 billion market cap. Okay? It's already been close to a $100 billion market cap. I think it was at like $80 billion. So let's go over to overview and let's look at the market cap, and let's go to all. Yeah, we've seen this $90 billion. We've seen this at about a $90 billion market cap. And it was definitely growing fast until it did fall pretty heavily. But right now we're starting to see a little bit of a pump here, and it's definitely more vertical action than anything. So can this get to $1? Yes, it can. Will there be a ton of variables that have to take place in order for this to get to $1? Yes. You have to see a huge use case for it. You would also have to see, a lot of volume that's flowing into it, way more than what we're seeing here. And it doesn't mean that it's impossible that it will, that it could get to $1. This can go a lot higher than that. But the point is that dollar conversation is coming up. And again, it's a $132 billion market cap, which is not ridiculous. We've seen BNB there. We see Ethereum there. We see, Bitcoin well above that. But understand this. If we're seeing $14.1 billion flow through Dogecoin, maybe even on a daily basis, we don't know how many transactions are going to go through, but if we see $14.1 billion flow through Dogecoin, we can sort of compare it to what we see in Ethereum. Ethereum has $17.5 billion that flows through that position. It's very close to where Ethereum is. Ethereum's sitting at a $195 billion market cap. Can Dogecoin get to that level? Yes, it depends on the hype. It really does. Am I saying that it's going to get to that level right now? Am I going to make another investment into it? I'm not. I'm not going to make another investment into it. I already have like 800 or like 1,000 or something like that Dogecoin, and I'm happy with what I have. Even if it does run to $1, because that would be doubling, tripling, quadrupling. That would be taking on the risk of taking on that larger jump, because right now it is leaping. And I don't want to jump into any position that is green, especially this green. So comparing it to Ethereum, it's not like Ethereum because Ethereum just has a ton of transactions that are going through via gas fees, via NFTs, just a lot of other stuff. But Dogecoin does not have that. It just has the volume purely based off of hype, which is $14.1 billion worth of volume. Can I sort this by volume? So if we look at it by volume, we're going to look at Tether, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. Literally, Dogecoin is number 4 above BUSD, above a stable coin, above another stable coin. Obviously, Shiba Inu is seeing a little bit of volume. That's good to see. But it's above all of these other coins that are there. And it's pretty insane to see that. So you let me know what you're thinking about Dogecoin. Is the dollar conversation still here? Are we bringing it back? Do you believe that it can get to $1 with all of the things that I just talked about? We still don't know what the major use case will be, but knowing that, Dogecoin, has the backs of, a lot of these people, or the people have the back of Dogecoin, and, you're just supporting it both ways. It looks pretty promising. But anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Make sure you guys check out my Twitter at Perry8K. You can follow me over there. And don't forget about my Patreon. Link is in the description. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.